Hello everyone, Daniel Kerr here. Today I'm going to take some lava frit and I'm going to keep this to the side. I'm going to take a bubble, this guy here. I'm going to coat this in amethyst, right? Then I'm going to blow it up. I'm going to pour the frit right down the tube. I'm going to shrink that in, blow it up again. I'm going to honeycomb clear on it. Then I'm going to back it with Chinese black and this midnight blue Boro sticks. So I'll show you how this works. Let me light the torch. Get the torch lit. Okay. We'll set this frit and the lighter to the side. Check the camera, make sure everything looks good. Alright, you can see what's going on. Good. Alright. Just let's get this guy hot. Just a little. Just so the glass sticks to it. And then I'll start melting in the rod. Put this out here a little bit just to warm it up kind of slowly. This rod, the amethyst is very stable, so you don't really have to be that careful. It's very saturated purple, but it doesn't come out that saturated actually, so we'll see what happens. I've never mixed these two colors. I'm going to coat this at the end of this bubble with this color, and I want to press it like a landslide. You don't want to just drag the color across. You want it to smash down like a landslide or like an avalanche as you're working it. Now right now I'm heating up the rod so that the vessel doesn't get all misshapen as I'm laying this color down. We get a little more oxy. Coating this color, smashing it down, trying to reduce air bubbles. At the end, a little bit of heat on the vessel to keep it air bubbles from forming. Right now, I got that color on the end of this tube. So, heat it up until all the lines are gone. I can see the whole thing melting as one. I've got rose didymium lenses over the camera lens, so hopefully you'll be able to see everything that I'm doing without all that glare, sodium flare you usually find in glass blowing videos. Okay, this is ready to blow. Nice big bubble. Alright, now I take this frit. Want to hold your breath when you do frit. Okay, I'm going to pour it right down the tube. Got crap all over inside the tube. Anyway, start melting this in. Okay, once it's melted in, I want to shrink this down a bit, melt it into the clear, even better. Now it's just about ready to blow out again. I'm going to melt that in nice and thick. And then we'll blow it out again. Okay, not quite as much, not quite as big of a bubble as last time because we want to make sure it has some integrity when I'm smashing these dots. Okay? down just a tad. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. One dot right in the center. And then I want a perfect hexagon, so I do one dot on one side, flip it over. So these 3 dots are in a row. I'm going to make a couple of triangles, one here, one here. Of course I stick 2 of these together on accident. It's something I would never do except when I'm filming a video, so I've done it. Okay, got my first hexagon there, and now I'm just going to put dots between them every other one. Try to make good triangles, like with 3 dots. Moving right along. Takes a minute, doesn't take forever, but it does take some time. Before I smash these, I gotta cut these off from the flame before I smash these. I try to get this rod nice and hot. Every couple seconds I'll put that in the flame to keep it from cracking. We got 2 different size thicknesses of glass, and whenever that happens, the risk is that one can cool faster than the other and cause cracking, right? We want to keep it all nice and hot, right? Now, see that? What I want to do now is put this into the flame, turn the heat up, heat it from the back, heat it in the front, back and front, twisting both ways. You want the whole vessel to be nice and hot. And when it starts to shrink down, and these knobs have become part of the vessel, not just something stuck to the vessel, right? What you want is these little knobs, these hobnails, you want them to go from being Hershey's Kisses to being mosquito bumps, right? Where there's not a clearly defined spot where the bump ends and the vessel begins, right? You want to melt it in until it starts to move as one piece. And you can see that's starting to happen now. If I let this sit for a second, it starts to droop, the whole thing starts to melt, right? And that's what I want. Turn a little bit of that oxy down. High oxygen is good, mostly for moving the surface of a piece, right? And high propane, low oxygen, is good for heating the vessel on the inside and for reducing color, right? Nothing's set in stone here. See, this thing's ready to blow out right now. Now it's all blown out. Wherever I saw little lumps, I would turn it because air wants to rise when you're blowing, right? So I would turn it to blow out everything even. Now I'm going to shrink it all in. Focus the heat. See, wherever the heat is focused, that's where the glass is attracted to, so it starts to thicken up at that spot, right? So right now I'm keeping it on the tip, and then I'm turning it in different directions to melt it together. Trying to keep it, the whole thing, evenly hot. It's going to start to fold. That's the nature of this marble game, right? If it gets too crazy, I can blow a puff of air in it and even it out again, but see, it's starting to get all wrinkly, right? That's fine. Now at this point I just want to try to put my elbows down and shrink in some of this glass, try to get it to thicken up on the ends. That's going to cause these clear hobnails to implode into a honeycomb. You should be able to see the honeycomb forming already, right, from where you're at. Shrinking it in. I'm going to blow a little puff in here to straighten it out a little bit. Okay. Got a little pinching over here where the inside of the wall has touched itself, basically. And that happens. If there was a pipe, I would never let that happen, but I don't blow pipes, so blowing marbles in big, thick pieces, eventually they're going to just pinch and fold in on themselves. That's just how it is. Now this thing is melting really nicely. If I set it in one spot for just a second, it just starts to completely fold. It starts to bend down and melt, drip. Okay, at this point I'm going to start, you can't see it from your angle, I'm going to start melting it toward the collar where the handle meets the bubble, right? I'm going both ways here. And I'm just going to kind of just let it sit for a second, move it little by little as it starts to melt and fold. And this is going to thicken this up even more into a solid marble, solid piece. Got to be really patient here. Turn up a little more heat, a little more propane. Okay, I have to keep it moving now because it's getting hot enough that it just starts to drip. And from back here, I can see that it's starting to fill in on the inside, right? So when it gets to a certain point, and I wish you'd be able to see this, I'm going to try to get this on film as much as possible. When I've been doing this for a minute or two, right, and it starts to melt together, I'm actually going to put my mouth on the end and suck the air out of the marble, okay? Here's a good spot. Okay, now it's a solid piece on the end there. There is a bubble in the middle. The bubble's generally not that big of a deal because a bubble is really a structural weakness when it's not round. Alright, if you can get the bubble in the middle to get super nice and round, you're straight. Okay? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my marble mold to shape this thing into a nice round tip. Okay. Marble molds. Notice they come in multiple sizes, right? What I do is I started with a pretty decent sized one. I could use that one if it was big enough, but it's not. It's a tiny torch, tiny marble, right? Probably going to be about 1.2 inches, I can tell. So I started with a big one here to get it rounded. And then I moved to a smaller one. It's kind of like using sandpaper, going from big grit to small grit. It actually shapes it quite nicely when you go to a smaller size marble mold, right? Now I'm going to go high oxy to polish off that surface. Okay, and I'm going to start and stop the video right now so I can make sure that the video doesn't start and stop itself. Hold on. Okay, so it's all polished up, nice and glowing. You can see thick honeycomb. There's no way of knowing what it's going to look like now. Not till it cools completely. So I'm going to take this rod and we get that nice and hot there. Now it looks like there's a different colored piece of glass on the end of this, so when that gets hot enough, I'm going to clean it off. I don't like wasting, so I very rarely do it. Okay. Now, the reflection on the glass, I can see where the middle point is on this vessel. So I just kind of stick it, and I put the handle in the flame there, and get it kind of soft. And then I switch sides. And when that handle is nice and soft, which it is, I blow very softly, little by little. I let the glass do the work. I don't want any nasty glass trash floating around, getting in my lungs, getting in my water. Now, a lot of people just pull this off, right? But what I do is I kind of heat it here, thicken it up, and pull it off so I can use this bubble for the next thing, right? And aside from all that garbage frit in there, that's ready for the next application, right? Now I take this 4 mil, put it kind of hot, and use it to tear off this excess glass here. Tear this off up outside the flame a little to prevent bubbles from forming. Then I take my graphite reamer, nice little heat on it, and I heat that up so it's nice and soft. And I spread that open. And what that does is that exposes the core, which I'm now going to put into the middle of the flame to heat it up and get it a little softer. And then I'm going to work on the side. I'm going to heat it from the side so that the glass itself kind of falls down around the sides and doesn't fall into the middle and create air bubbles and traps. Again, little waiting game. Probably want to keep this graphite reamer just in case it starts to close up a bubble, but I don't think it's gonna. It does happen. Almost closed. I can see on the side, I can see the bubble on the inside rising to the surface. And it is closed with no bubbles trapped. Alright? So we're good. At this point I'm going to face it downward a little, stretch it out. Now to save time, I'm going to use the big hole. And just kind of smash that in, right? And I'll shrink it in a little bit better. There's a little bit of frit stuck in there, but it doesn't matter because it's not going to stay there. We're going to cover that up with that Chinese black anyway. Now, if I was doing something structural where I needed the black to stay in the surface area, I'd probably use onyx. That's what I use most of the time. The Chinese black is okay for just backing stuff and shrinking into it. The thing is that if you use it for anything other than background, you will get little bubbles and anomalies in it. Depending on which batch you have. Some batches are really nice and some are worse than others, but you just can't really rely on it, right? I'm going to round this out, go one way, go the other, go to the smaller hole, treat it like sandpaper. Still got a little ridge that I need to work out. I'm going to drip it downward, so my elbow's up, so the whole piece starts to drip. I can see it happening. Do it again. Yeah, and then see the little nub on the end. Now when I melt that in, the whole thing's going to be fine, right? Hot. Okay. Down here. Whoops. You don't want to roll this off onto your hand. That's called a bad move. Alright. Nice round marble, okay? Now I'm going to polish that surface. Turn the gas down. Chinese black. Okay. heating it up out here. Tell you the truth, I'm cutting corners, right? Right, to see little bubbles and stuff on the forming on the end of the rod. That's exactly what I was talking about. Okay. Remember, this is a nice thick rod, so I'm going to go real slow. Let the heat do all the work so I don't pull my marble off of my handle. Alright? Heat it from all angles. You can even twist the rod as you lay it. A lot of people say you should. I honestly don't really care that much as long as it lays down evenly. Smashing it in like a landslide, avalanche style, right up against the crease that you're creating with the rod. Spiraling it on there. Heating the vessel little by little to avoid air bubbles. Okay. That. Keep this hot. Shape it on your graphite marber for next time, right? Okay. Now I got this sucker coated in black, right? Let's turn the heat up. Now, the more this color is in the open air with lots of surface area being exposed, the more it tends to bubble up. So as it starts to heat, I'm going to smash it in. Nice and slow because I want it to melt. Now any of these colors, if you see visible surface scarring happening, move it out in the flame, right? It's not happening now. This Chinese black has problems anyway, so I'm not really concerned about it that much. But if you do see that, just move it out of the hottest part of the flame. Turning out to be a bigger marble than I anticipated. Just because I'm laying so much extra glass on. Again, going from big to small. Alright, now, that rim, what I laid on there is smooth. It is round, but there's a rim. Okay, see that? I'm not going to melt that in yet. I'm going to melt that in at the end. Okay? Right now, turn the gas down a little, start laying some dots. What is that? Oh yeah, that's right, blue. Midnight blue Borosilicate. Okay? Borosilicate are touchy. You got to get these hot, extra slow, like soft glass, right? Very little bit in the flame. Okay, the midnight blue one isn't actually as touchy as silver blue, right? If I had done this, stuck it in this vase with Caribbean or with yellow, it would definitely popped off, throwing hot glass around the room, so on and so forth. And my rod is actually very short. So I might have to switch up colors. No, I got enough. Okay, I'm laying these dots on here with the same pattern that I laid the honeycomb down. Alright? And they're going to look pretty similar. Okay? Let me show you. Okay? See that? Now I'm going to turn the heat up. Start melting them in. This stuff is important, right? With the Borosilicate color. If you start seeing it to bubble, start seeing it boiling, causing surface scarring, right? Then you got to move it out of the hot part of the flame. But if you keep moving it, you'll be able to work it. You get a feel for it. These glasses that I'm wearing replaced the neodymium lenses that are over the camera lens that you're seeing right now. Okay? These glasses that I'm wearing are shade 5, so they're difficult to get used to because you can hardly see what you're doing. Alright? But one of the benefits is I can see the varying colors of the glass and see what state it's in. I can tell when it's about to scar up and stuff just from using these glasses, which is really, really nice. Now, as this starts to melt in, I'm going to spiral the tip, so I'll show you that. Get it nice and hot. Get my 4 mil hot, and then I'm going to just stretch it and do a little spiraling, tear it off the outside of the flame. And tink, tink, tink. It's nice and hot. And this is interesting. This is a big enough marble. It's not even fitting inside of my largest marble mold on this little guy. This is definitely the biggest marble that I've ever made on this torch. I do use a Carlisle CC at Jason's house up in Dixon. And that one, we've gotten close to blowing 3 inches and stuff like that. I'm sure you can go bigger, but it's very time consuming, very grueling, laborious. Okay. I smashed these in. I'm actually going to put this in the mold here. Just kind of move it around, get it hot again. Lots more oxygen to fix the wrinkles. Went to a smaller mold. Beautiful. Gotta go both ways in the molds. Right? So it's really good. And now, when this guy's nice and polished up, I'm going to switch up. Right? I'm going to start and stop the video again when I'm about to switch up. Just to make sure it doesn't ever stop on me. Okay. Nice and smooth. And then stop and start the video. Alright. Put this down. Find a decent sized handle. I don't know if I have a decent sized handle left. Not really, no. I do, but I have to make a new one. So I guess I'm gonna take this little guy here. Make this one hot. Now, see all the sharp edges where it broke off in the water? Right? What I want to do with that, look at that, isn't that beautiful? What I'm going to do with this is kind of heat it up about that far in, not at the very tip, so that those jagged edges kind of round themselves out without causing bubbles, without boiling, right? Once they get rounded out, then I can heat it up. Okay. Tear this off. It's a cold well. That probably could break it. Could have broke it. Not now. Thing is that once I've melted it that long, I don't want to take any chances. I don't want to try to pick up a hot vessel off the floor, you know. I'd rather just tear it off the old-fashioned way, which is to heat the rod and pull it off little by little. Like heat the piece of the rod on the vessel, pull it off, try to avoid any bubbles. Now, I'm going to heat this guy up hot so I can try to get that ridge melted in. Right now it looks like an acorn. Try to drip it downwards, elongated, right? Once I see it starting to change shape, I'm going to try to drip it inwards so it gets fat in the middle. I can turn it the other way. Alright, I can see that ridge starting to disappear. Go to the marble mold. Looks like that one's too big. That's awesome. I think that means that this marble is at least 1.25 inches, or 1.5 inches. Whoa. Got some pretty big ridges in there now from the marble mold. I'll try to work them out. Big marble, big mold to smaller mold. Well, it's almost considered a tiny mold compared to this guy. Well, that's pretty round. One thing I can see when I was cooling this off, getting ready to switch up, is that the dots on the back have boil marks in each one of them. Right? It's just the way the ball bounces, so on and so forth. I'm going to switch this up again, because I think I can get a better punching release off the lens side than off that color side. Clean the tip of this rod. Turn this, look at the reflection, gauge where the center is. Do the same thing here. I'm going to release this the old-fashioned way. Melt that in. Just small mold that. Tiny flame with lots of oxygen to polish. Okay, now I just gotta wait for that to cool so I can pop the handle off the front. Okay. Big old marble. There's some boil spots, and I was a little sloppy, but happy about it. Okay. So now I got this punchy mic on the lens of this mid. Turn the gas back on. Hold the tweezers in one hand while I start out at the outer perimeter. Hold the flame on it until I can see the flame mark kind of disappear. And turn it a little. Do the same. Turn it a little more. Same. Switch up. Got the tweezers in case something goes wrong and I need to grab it. Or guide it. Okay, look at it from the side, I can see it's messing around. This guy's ready to go. Beautiful. And in the morning when I get this out of the kiln, I'm going to show it to you guys and then upload the video. See you guys next time. Okay, well, it's out of the kiln, and as you can see, it's a very, very beautiful crystal in the lens. Alright, nice deep honeycomb. That purple color over the lava frit, and it kind of made a burnt orange or something. It still looks like a flame, like the lava, but it's pretty beautiful, right? Now the back, that blue, even after bragging that I was able to melt it in without burning it and see it with the nice glasses and all that, there's melty, boily spots in every single one of the dots. I'm pretty sure that when I was melting it in, I was being impatient because I didn't want the video to go on too long. And this is also a bigger marble than I was anticipating. So I needed to show more patience. I think I'm going to just list it at a discounted rate. And people can bid accordingly. But yeah, anyway, that's the finished product. The worst thing about these glass videos is that people show the process and don't show the finished product, but I don't want to be that guy. So anyway, yeah, be blessed, like and subscribe, and look up emergingbiology.com to find more videos in different channels.